Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Hi, everybody. You really need to tune into the podcast that we released today because I interviewed a guy yesterday and I was supposed to read the book that he wrote, which I did, but I didn't finish it because duh. But I was talking to him and I was like, I really liked your ex-girlfriend, Emily. I think you guys should get back together. He was like, really? That's kind of weird. And I was like, no, I mean, I get back together with my exes like every other day. It's fine. And he was like, yeah, but she's dead. And I was like, oh, I missed that chapter. Okay. So there's a whole chapter of me trying to backpedal out of that. You guys really need to catch it. Then I left and I went to Albertsons to get some beer. I love beer. Does anybody else? Yes. I love that drunk driving PSA where the guy gets pulled over and beer just comes pouring out of his car, you know? It's kind of scary, but I want that car. So I'm walking into Albertsons and this homeless guy asked me for money and I just pretend not to hear him, as you do. And he goes, wow, girl, you look like somebody put Blake Lively in the dryer for too long. I was like, wow, don't you want money? I called my friend and she was like, oh, that's weird. I was like, but say it's not true. Do you guys like magic? Yeah. Oh, I mean, no, I don't do it. I'm not a loser. But I was privy to the most amazing magic trick of the 21st century. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. So I went out with my friend Vicky and we decided to go like I guess crash this post-Oscar party. And I was really excited about it because I'm a writer. Oh, anything I've ever heard of? No, shut the fuck up. Thank you. And Vicky gets super, super drunk. And that's not the magic part. That happens all the time. But she starts flirting with the ugliest guy I've ever seen in my entire life. And, like, I've dated gingers. I'm not picky, okay? So I was like, hey, Vicky, I don't think this is a good idea. Let's leave. But I was blackout drunk, too, so really I was just like, yeah. And she ended up leaving with him. Okay, this is where it gets magical. The next day I'm at brunch, and she gets dropped off in a convertible by James Franco. And I was like, hello, why the fuck did we just buy 2 tickets to the Magic Castle last weekend if you're going to do the greatest switcheroo of all time? Like, what happened? She's like, I don't know, I don't remember. And I was like, oh yeah, the Magician's Creed. You're not allowed to tell. I'm from Kansas, though. Like, that's where I was born and raised. And if you go home with an ugly guy, you're coming back with the same ugly guy and an STD. That's just for sure. And, like, sure, you can get an STD out here, too. Plenty of us have, you know. But I feel like it's more of, like, a bad news, good news thing. Like, you can tell your friends, like, bad news, I have chlamydia. Good news, it's from James Franco. And they're all like, yay! And your parents send you a fruit basket. And they're like, we knew you'd make it in Hollywood. And you're like, I did! I'm single. Weird, right? Yeah. I'm kind of dating this guy lightly. That's what we'll call it, lightly. And he told me I wasn't making him feel like enough of a man. And I was like, well, you live in Silver Lake, so okay. You have like a cup of tea on a record player, but all right. And he was like, you know, we're Vikings, we're hunters and gatherers, we're men. And I was like, okay, I will put my pride aside and give you a compliment. You have truly hunted and gathered the most prolific collection of porn I've ever seen. When the world ends, we will be able to masturbate forever. Yeah, my last official boyfriend was addicted to meth. Thank you. I had no idea. I thought he was just super passionate about cleaning. And I would make so many excuses for him, you know? I would be like, no, like a lot of guys do wind sprints at children's birthday parties. I'd be like, yeah, a lot of guys wear mouth guards during the day. It's normal. One time I came home and he was just doing the dishes. No, I mean literally, he was fucking all of my dishes. Yeah. I think the end came when I came back from vacation, like a few days earlier than I should have, and I caught him, tale as old as time. He had made 200 pieces of toast for an imaginary party in his mind. And also glued my apple cutter to a wall. So I was like, cool. And people are like, why did you stay with him? You know, why even stay? And the truth is, he was crazy in bed. He was. Like, bed is where he did most of his 9/11 conspiracy theory research. Okay. Wow. I'm just going to leave you guys with something beautiful going on in my own soul and life. About 2 months ago, I was leaving a dinner party, and I had a panic attack, and I kicked open the door to the most popular restaurant in my town and kept saying, I'm dying. I'm a normal girl. I'm not a meth head, because I'm like obsessed with people knowing I'm not on meth now. And I was like, help me, help me, help me. So they called the ambulance, and like the 5 hottest guys I've ever seen came in, and they carried me out to the ambulance, and they took off my shirt, and I was wearing a sports bra with holes like in the side. And they guessed my age and my weight correctly. I was like, wow, you guys should work at the fair. That's really amazing. And now I see them every morning when I go get coffee, and they always wave at me, and they're like, hey, Meagan, you're doing great. And I think I kind of am, so thank you guys.